At Bulldog Burger, we take the burger game to the next level, like the Freshman 15, stacked with panko fried mozzarella. Unleash your appetite.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather This Morning. I'm meteorologist Maggie McCauley. Look at that behind me. You can see that lightning strike that just happened. A little bit harder to get out of bed this morning for some folks, especially if you're over in Crenshaw dealing with some storms out there this morning. This is one of our cameras in Northwest Mississippi, again in Crenshaw, provided to us by the North Mississippi Storm Chasers. And you can see ongoing rain. It took me a minute to realize, is this camera working or is it just really cloudy and rainy there? And it is just really cloudy and rainy. And again, you saw some lightning strikes out there as well. That's how some of us are waking up and starting our Monday morning with some well-needed rainfall across the area, but they could be heavy at times. As for your day ahead, you're headed out the door. Temperatures in the 70s right now. We'll get to the middle 70s by 9, near 80 by 10, mid 80s by 11. And as you guessed it, rain chances do continue. They drop off a little bit as we head into your mid-morning, but we'll pick them right back up this afternoon. So definitely going to need the rain gear out there today, just in case you get under one of these heavier pockets. Not everybody getting rain in their backyard, I don't think, today. Here's a look at Mississippi Live radar this morning. So I have this kind of looping over the last hour. You can see these showers and storms just dropping into the area. And again, some of them are heavy at times as well, depending on where you are. So I want to zoom around, show you where we're tracking out the heaviest of rainfall this morning. I'm keeping an eye on the chat. So if you're watching, want to tell me where you're watching from, I'll make sure to get your area covered out the door this morning. Okay, guys. So here's a look at Mississippi Live overall radar. Let me switch this so I can kind of zoom around and show you exactly what's going on out there this morning. First, want to update you from our 6:30. If you were watching to now, there was a flood advisory issued within the city of Memphis. So we don't really cover Memphis or Shelby County, but I know a lot of us drive into there for our morning commutes. If you're traveling along 72, 22, 55 this morning, wherever you're traveling along 61 into Memphis, you're going to be dealing with rain really when you cross that Mississippi-Tennessee state line. That's when things start to get very heavy. As you can see there, I'm kind of zooming in, showing you the heaviest rain, again, within that Mississippi-Tennessee state line. So coming into places like South Haven and Olive Branch, because watch as I have this looping over the last hour, this is dropping in. So South Haven, Olive Branch areas, even Hernando, Byhalia, it's going to be coming into your area slowly but surely as it's hanging on. Lots of lightning with this. And again, a flood advisory issued within the city of Memphis until 10 a.m. today. And why? Because it's a lot of rain as it drops in. Let me show you just how much rain. And that's not only for it. I'm going to zoom out and kind of show you as well. I'm tracking another one just down to the south. So folks watching us from Northwest Mississippi and places where kind of Panola, Tate, and Tunica County meet, that's another heavy shower I'm looking at. But let's talk about how much rain this is dropping out here in Memphis near Germantown. I'm kind of going to get away from that. Okay, so let's show you just how much. Around 2 to 4 inches in some places of this storm. So definitely some heavy rain in there as well. And I told you, as we head into Northwest Mississippi, this area over in Tate, Panola, Tunica County, I'm going to zoom in and kind of show you what's going on with that. We're also tracking some heavy downpours. And once we start to get rain totals or rainfall rates in that 2 to 4 range, that's when we could start to see a little bit of flooding concerns. So that's why that was issued over in Shelby County. But as I said, closer to Sledge and Crenshaw, where I showed you that storm happening within our camera network, we are seeing some heavier rain in places like that as well. So if you are traveling along these areas, again, from Crenshaw up into places like Yellow Lake, Sledge, Mississippi, you're going to be dealing with some heavy rain. I'm going to take that over to the radar so you can kind of see what you're looking at. So yeah, heavy rain from Tibbs, Yellow Lake, Crenshaw, Mississippi right now. And as you're traveling along 3, maybe to places like Evansville or closer to places like Senatobia, you're going to be dealing with some rain as well. So that's some heavy rain that I'm tracking in northwest Mississippi. If you're waking up with us there, let's go over and see northeast Mississippi. So still some heavy rain there as well. The heaviest of rain that I was tracking in kind of looks like it's gotten a little bit better over the past few minutes. As I was tracking this at 6:30, there was some heavy rain. This was our heaviest storm, kind of broken up right now, as you can see it. Definitely not our heaviest storm anymore, but still a lot of rain and pushing into places like Iuka and Tishomingo as well, kind of on the east side of 25. So if you're traveling along 72, yet again to places like Cherokee, Muscle Shoals, Florence this morning, you're going to be dealing with some of those heavier pockets. I'm not tracking anything severe, so I want to give you that note this morning as I'm zooming in and showing you kind of where we're looking at the heaviest rainfall. Nothing severe, but some loud storms for sure this morning with some lightning associated with them, and also with rainfall rates close to 2 to 4 inches in some of these. So definitely could see a few flooding concerns as well, especially with the dry ground that we've had. Another one closer to Bruce, kind of zoom in and show you this one, and then we'll get on with the forecast this morning. But some heavy rain from Shepherd up into Bruce, Pittsboro as well. So if you're traveling along 32 this morning, definitely going to be dealing with some heavy rain there and some lightning associated with that. So kind of zooming across the area, some other areas seeing some spot showers and storms as well from Amory down to the Golden Triangle region. But just want to zoom in and show you an overall picture of kind of what has been going on and who's seeing the heaviest right now. Let's get into your forecast, shall we? So that was a look at radar, kind of a deep dive showing you where we're looking at this morning, who's seeing the rain. An overall picture, though, we're really across the southeast, the main ones dealing with rain this morning. Dry over in portions of Arkansas, a good portion of Alabama and Georgia dry, but showers and storms dropping in for us here in North Mississippi, and we'll take it because, well, we do need the rain. Let's talk about your latest futurecast, kind of going day by day here. We'll continue to see showers and storms drop in into your Monday afternoon and evening. So that's why I say even if you don't see rain this morning, you could see a few this evening and afternoon. So make sure to have that rain gear handy because they could be heavy at times. Going into Tuesday, still keeping rain chances on the board here for North Mississippi, but I think it will be less coverage than today. Overall, you need to know you keep the rain gear handy. You could see a few heavy downpours for your Tuesday afternoon as well. As we go into Wednesday, still keeping a slight chance out there, but things do begin to dry out as we head into the middle portion of our work week. Temperatures out the door this morning, as I said, in the 70s for the most part, 60s for some of us. If you're getting in on those showers, a little bit cooler. Look at that, 66 in Bruce, they're seeing a shower right now. 68 in portions of Iuka and Red Bay, they're close to some of that shower activity. For the rest of us, those 70s are the story. 72 in Oxford, 70 in Houston, 67 in Eupora. Again, they're close to that rain as well. 72 in the Golden Triangle region. Depending on where you are, it's going to be dependent on your temperatures throughout the day. If you do get under one of those heavy pockets, it'll help to cool things down this afternoon. If you don't, we're right back in the 90s. Middle 80s expected before noon. 90s expected as we head 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock. So definitely a warm afternoon out there. You can see we kick it from a 20 to a 30% chance of rain as we head into your afternoon and evening. That's because we're expectant to see rain chances kind of take an increase or an uptick into your afternoon and then early evening hours. So just so you know that's why we say keep that rain gear handy throughout your day ahead. Coming up next, we're going to be talking about just when this rain is going to be arriving this afternoon. I'll have your hour by hour forecast, breaking that down throughout your day ahead. Also looking at tomorrow as well. So you're going to want to stick in with us. That's all coming up next. And also always a full look at your 7-day forecast.
What would you give for a child you loved? To make their wish come true? To help them fight a critical illness? Just imagine what you'd do. Every single one of us can make the stars align, because when we come together, hope and joy will shine.
When people are fed, futures are nourished. They can connect with the world around them, unlock endless possibilities, and thrive. Join the movement to end hunger. Volunteer. Advocate. Donate. Go to feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggie McAuley.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Thanks as always for tuning in with us on Mississippi Live Weather this morning. Wanted to start off kind of our full weather forecast. We're talking about rain totals over the past 6 hours. So kind of going back to now before we go forward, right? Rain totals, depending on where you are with these heavier pockets that come in, you can see that they're just outside of our area near places like Cherokee, Alabama, could have picked up anywhere between 2 to 3 inches. This is looking over the past 6 hours. So I'm not talking about the past few minutes with these storms dropping in. I'm talking of a full look over the past 6 hours could have picked up. These are radar estimates again, so not necessarily ground truth, but could have seen up to an inch to an inch and a half in places like near Fulton, Bruce as well, picking up around a half of an inch with showers and storms pushing closer to it, just to its north. And also those showers that were pushing into places near Crenshaw could have picked up a little bit over of a half an inch of rainfall. So as these showers and storms continue to develop, and they could be on the heavier side at times, the main thing we're looking at is it could be dropping some well-needed rainfall across the board here in North Mississippi. So that is some good news. Giving you a look of what's going on right now. I'm tracking storms all over the place this morning. And again, I'm not complaining about it because you might not want to get out with the rainfall, but we need it across the area. So again, no complaints here in the weather department with some well-needed rainfall. The heaviest I'm looking at right now is yet again that shower that's near Crenshaw, right in Sledge, Mississippi. This is over in northwest Mississippi. If you're waking up with us this morning, definitely some heavier rain out there. I think I can pull up this camera as well. So definitely some heavier rain and some, there you go, it pulled up. Wow, didn't know I could do that. You learn something new every day. So here's a look at that over in Crenshaw. Again, I'm tracking this heavy shower. You can see it on radar right here, and you can see the lightning behind me. I'll kind of move out of the way and let you see that over our Skycam network. This is the heaviest shower that we're tracking out the door this morning. So if you are waking up with us in northwest Mississippi, especially within this area, definitely looking at some heavy rain out the door this morning. So that's kind of the heaviest that we're looking at. Kind of taking it back here, I'm going to show you what's going on right now, and then we'll talk about what's going to be going on in the next few minutes. So give me a second here to turn it back to radar for you guys. Here's a look at radar this morning, and I showed you that storm, kind of showing you an overall look of it. It's heavy rain, lots of lightning associated with it as well. Kind of, I zoom in back here, looking at it just north of Sledge and south of Crenshaw is the heaviest portion. Again, a lot of lightning associated with this, a lot of rain could be impacting your roadway. So if you're planning on traveling near this area this morning, especially maybe along 3 up into places like Tate County, just know avoid those roadways you know are easily flooded because dumping a lot of rain in the area. Same story for that one up in Shelby County. If you're tracking the places near Memphis this morning, some heavy rain even causing a flood advisory out there this morning for places like Shelby County. Over here in northeast Mississippi, still tracking some heavy rain passing in. One of those is crossing over the Tennessee state line. As I zoom in, going to be crossing over 72 as well. So if you are traveling maybe from Alcorn County up into places like Collierville, Tennessee this morning, near Brody and Hopewell is when you're going to be seeing that heaviest of rain along 72 this morning. And again, we're tracking out some heavy rain from Iuka all the way down to Tishomingo, especially on the eastern side of 25, seeing some heavier rain out there this morning. So if you're traveling along 72 into Alabama, yet again, going to be dealing with some heavy rain. And last but not least, I want to zoom in and show you kind of what we're looking at in the Bruce area as well. As you can see, I'm kind of zooming in, showing you this. If you're traveling along 32, you're going to be dealing with some rain out there this morning near Shepherd and Bounds as well. This isn't the heaviest I'm tracking, but still heavy rain out there nonetheless, and you're going to be running into it as you're headed out the door this morning. So that's an overall picture kind of what's going on our radar this morning. Now let's go around and show you a little bit of camera activity because not everybody waking up this morning. I think this camera is actually frozen, so let's take it over into the Starkville camera. Not everybody dealing with a lot of rain this morning. This is a live look over in Oktibbeha County on the campus of Mississippi State over in Starkville. Rain very close to the area, but I'm not really looking at any ongoing rainfall within the campus of Mississippi State right now. So that's good news for those kids heading to class. Look over in Amory. You can see the storm very close, just trying to push into the city of Amory. Very small storm at that. Overall, though, not necessarily dealing with some rain ongoing right now across the board there either. As for airport delays, if you're headed out on the airways this morning, not tracking a whole lot of things going on unless you're sitting up to our north. But region-wide, you're good to go. As for your day planner ahead, temperatures near 80 by 9. We'll get into the middle 80s by your 11 o'clock hour. 90s expected yet again this afternoon. So another warm afternoon ahead above our normal high, which should be in the really middle to upper 80s. We're going to be in the low 90s today. If you get under one of those storms, though, it could help to cool things off. And then we'll fall right back into the 80s and then 70s overnight. So that's a look overall at your day ahead. Again, another warm day out there with temperatures topping off in the 90s. A lot of it's going to be near 92, I think, today, and still warm out there. So that hasn't changed. But we are adding in a slight rain chance, about a 30 to 40% chance throughout your day ahead. And that's good news. It's going to help to cool us off, and we need the rain here in North Mississippi, even though it's not going to be widespread. A few of us get lucky enough to get under one of these heavy downpours at times. As we head now through noon, these showers and storms are going to continue to drop in the region, so that's why I say have your rain gear handy. As we head into the afternoon, I want to show you this. We're really looking at models kind of suggesting more showers and storms in northwest Mississippi. So if you're traveling here or you're watching us from places like DeSoto, Tate County, down into the Delta, closer to the Mississippi River, well, you're going to be getting more of that activity into your afternoon. Not saying northeast Mississippi isn't going to get anything, but a little bit more activity over there. And then as we head into your evening hours, coming up along the Mississippi and Tennessee state line as well. So northeast Mississippi not out of the woods for rain into the back half of your day either. As we head into your Tuesday, I think we'll start off dry. Again, keeping rain chances out there for Tuesday, but not as widespread because it's not necessarily going to be ongoing in the morning. It's really the peak heating times of the day. We're watching a few of those start to bubble up yet again. Some heavier showers in the mix for our Tuesday. Thinking really 2 to 5, 6 o'clock when we could see these begin in majority of the area and then start to kind of fizzle out as we head 8 o'clock and on. As for rainfall totals, how much rain could we see from this? I know we need rain here. You might want it in your backyard with your grass situation. My ferns need rain, so I get it. But here's the thing. Rain totals are going to be very dependent on if you get lucky enough to get under one of those heavier downpours. So as I'm showing you this, I'm not saying we're going to get a 1/2 of an inch in New Albany. I'm saying if New Albany gets under one of those heavier downpours between now and Wednesday, it could get around a 1/2 of an inch. That's the same story across the board. But if you don't get under one of those heavier pockets, looking like less than a 1/10 of an inch. So it's going to be very sporadic. And again, depending if you get lucky enough to get under one of those. I said we're going to be taking a look at the tropics because I do have some news for you on our latest tropical development. Take a look at this. We are tracking something. Now, we just past the peak of our hurricane season. Let me look at what day it is. It's the 15th. That was on the 11th. So we're past that, but tropical development, again, still high at this time on average. We're tracking this few showers and storms off the coast of the African coastline, looking to move into this little red blob area over the next 7 days and has a high chance of development, about a 70% chance. Now, we looked at this last week or a few weeks ago, and it ended up fizzling out because of dust that was in the atmosphere. That has kind of cleared out. So I'll be interested to see over the next few days if this kind of gets its act together as it moves into this area and does develop into something. If it does, again, you'll be the first to know. We'll always have it on Mississippi Live Weather, your tropics update. As for here in North Mississippi, though, temperatures in the 90s over your next few days. So definitely warm day ahead. 90s even stick around as we head Wednesday into Thursday. We do begin to dry out a little bit midweek as we head into Thursday as well, but rain chances pick right back up as we head Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Here's the thing. I wouldn't just take out Friday night football games or anything like that just yet. I'm not looking at terribly widespread rainfall as we head Friday and then into our weekend ahead, but rain chances are going to be out there. So that's why we have them there. Temperatures in the 90s even through your weekend. More widespread rain, just giving you kind of your first look at that. Actually looks to be just outside of the 7-day forecast. So I'm talking about Monday and Tuesday of next week, kind of looking at more widespread rain in the picture. And again, it's needed here in North Mississippi. Make sure to stick with us. We'll have our last look of everything coming up at 7:30 a.m. I'll be back live from the Room Near Weather Center. You're going to want to stick around. We'll also have Maya's Minute coming up at 7:30, where my daughter helps me talk through the headlines. So again, you're going to want to stick up with that. We'll have everything you need to know coming up then.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious when he began to discover weather. Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.